All right guys, welcome back to another episode of Iron Vault Outdoors. Today, in this episode, we're gonna be going over taking your firearm out from your holster. This is something that I work on every time we come up here to shoot. It's something that everyone should work on because I feel like not everyone is perfect at this. He's as close to perfect as possible.
That's not true.
But he's gonna take it away on this episode. I'm gonna step back because I'm still learning every single time we come up here.
You came to the range, we learned how, to safely interact with firearms. So now we're gonna learn how you're gonna draw your firearm, present it, and fire accurate rounds at your target. So everything from here, no matter whether I'm taking the gun, out of my shirt like this, or if I'm coming from the holster, it's the same thing. From about here and out. The holsters can differ. You can be like a Safariland one with retention like that. It could just be a Kydex range holster like this. If you're gonna use something like that, just use the same thing. This for me is like a training setup for the range. I'm not really using it to train my draw like I would for work. You're gonna, stand. You can put one foot back, but you kind of want your feet shoulder width apart in a stable platform. You don't want to be like 1925 doing like the one arm weirdness. You don't, and you kind of want to be in a point where you're training for something with a gun. Like you want to be athletic. You don't want to be standing here like leaning like this because someone could blow on me from behind. I'm gonna fall forward. So with that, we'll do, feet shoulder width apart, square to the target. You're not always gonna be square, but for training, you'll be square to the target. You take your support hand that you're not drawing from the holster. I like to put it here when I draw, just because it's in the same place every time. It really doesn't matter. My hand could be here and I can meet it there. But for me, I just like the touch point of having it there to give me reference and to do the same thing every time. So we're gonna just demonstrate it with Mike here. You're gonna break your retention. That's a Safariland holster that has retention. This isn't. You break the holster, you drop your elbow, and then you press out and present to the target. Now, this is getting to where you're comfortable target shooting, you're comfortable with your grip on the handgun, you have that, down pat, because now you're adding something that makes it more complex. I could stand here all day like this, on a shooting rest on a table and just squeeze rounds off all day. This is adding a layer of complexity to it, but it's important to learn how to do. So Mike's gonna, on the beep, draw, and then we're gonna analyze it a little bit and see, maybe what he could do better. It's gonna be dry fire right now, which is a really good way, especially with ammo being so expensive these days, to get reps in.
Thanks, Joe.
So, a couple of things if you want to go back out. You can see how now he's got a really good grip here, but when he came out before, he was kind of like this because he was rushing. It's important to not go faster than you can accurately and effectively shoot, but also keeping it the same way every time. You can start slow, on a beep, you're up, slowly pressing out and letting your round off slowly. So now we're gonna load up and do some shooting off of the timer. Yep, that'll do.
Fuck.
1, 4. One, 2. So again, it's, you get those reps in, you get your practice in, and it becomes quicker, it becomes more simple, and it becomes more fun. It's not fun when you start and you're not good at something, but as you get your reps in, as you practice, it becomes a little easier. When you're gonna dry fire, right, you can do 90% of your shooting without actually shooting. The only thing that, letting rounds go affords you is controlling your recoil and, follow-up shots, which are important. The basics you can do from the timer, dry fire, and you're just clicking away. A lot of the times, even at indoor ranges, they might not let you draw from a holster. So, you know, you're gonna have to practice that at home, and then when you're at the range, you can use the range to do your slow, methodical target, or you can do your some target drills where you're moving left and right. Again, the most important thing is to get out there and train. You know, again, when you're gonna have to use the gun to defend yourself or whatever, or hunt, whatever you're using it for, a shooting competition, if that's what you're into, you don't want the first time you're shooting it to be then. So get out and train, get your reps in, and if you like the video, like, subscribe, show your friends, tell your mom, and we'll see you guys later.
Sister?
It's not very nice.
No.
She's a nice lady.
She's a nice lady. See you guys next week.
See, you're getting too excited.
I went for middle, left, right.